Book 2, Part 1. This is the book of the great rezial. Blessed are the wise by the mysteries coming from the wisdom of reverence. The Torah is given to teach the truth to human beings. Of the strength and glory honor the Shekinah. The power of the highest and lowest works is the foundation of glory of Elohim. The secret word is as milk and honey upon the tongue. Let it be to you alone. The teachings are not foreign to you. This book proclaims the secret of rezial, but only to the humble. Stand in the middle of the day without provocation and without reward. Learn the tributes of the reverence of Elohim. Turn away from evil and journey upon the path to pursue righteousness. The secret is reverence of the Lord. The worthy go directly to the secret. It is written, only reveal the secret of El to serve the prophets. There are 3 secrets corresponding to the Torah of the prophets. All secrets correspond to these 3. The first commandment is the first wisdom, reverence of the Lord. 1. This is often interpreted as the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. The term yirah may be translated as fear, but it may also be interpreted as reverence. Many scholars disagree, but I firmly believe that reverence is appropriate. In support of this conclusion, I refer to Oxford Companion of the Bible, where it is stated the fear of God involves worshiping of the Lord with deep respect and devotion. It is a religious expression and as such implies obedience, love, and trust. It is written, reverence of the Lord is the first knowledge. The beginning wisdom is reverence of the Lord, corresponding to 3 wisdoms. It is written, of the outer wisdom, rejoice and build the house of wisdom with the secret of the foundation. Be wise by opening the heart to the secret. There are 3 kinds of secrets. The secret of Merkabah, chariot. 2. The term Merkabah is used to describe the mysteries of the Hekaloth, or the 7 heavenly halls of the palace of God. One would travel through them upon a chariot. The secret of Bereshith, in the beginning, or Genesis. 3. Bereshith is the name of the first book of the Old Testament, as well as the first word of the book. It's in the beginning. And the secret of the commandments, the laws of God. These are made clear by the help of Shaddai. 4. Most people are familiar with the tale of the 10 Commandments, which were handed down to Moses on Mount Sinai after the liberation of the Jews from the land of Egypt. However, in the Old Testament, Exodus 22, 23, 19, there are over 60 commandments that are proclaimed by God to Moses. There are 3 kinds of reverence of heaven. They are reverence of the Lord, reverence of Shaddai, and reverence of Elohim. It is made clear that reverence of the Lord is to love the name of God and to serve in love. It is written, man is happy to revere the Lord. It is not written here of reverence of Elohim, but only of reverence of the Lord. It is written in commandments, to serve and love. Desire to regard in the heart and keep the commandments. In the commandments it is said of the reverence of Elohim, revere Elohim, lest you come into the hands of temptation. Man is not to serve in temptation of reverence before the king, but not rising up by the name. Man is not to serve in temptation of reverence before the king, not rising up by the name. It is decreed as it is written. It is decreed as it is written, Abraham was beloved. God spoke to him to lead his son. It is written, you know to revere Elohim. You know of love. No, it is decreed. Man is happy not to journey by the counsel of wickedness. It is written herein, man is happy to revere the Lord. Show reverence to the heavens all the day. Regard love in the heart. The reverence of the heavens is in the heart at all times. Reverence of the purity of the Lord. Those giving reverence are loved by the Lord. There is much value in living in purity. Bathe in the glory of the light of Elohim. Go from darkness into light, divided from those led astray. As the light shines down upon the sea, that is the reverence of Elohim, who spoke to Abraham. From love, understanding was created by the love and reverence. 1,000 generations come after from the love. It is written in the Midrash of 3 kinds of offerings. They are the burnt offering, avolah, the peace offering, shalomim, or thank offering, and the sin offering, chitath. 5. There are 5 kinds of offerings described in the Old Testament. Leviticus 1:1 to 5:14. The burnt offering, the grain offering, the offering of well-being, the sin offering, and the offering with restitution. There are 3 classes of righteousness. They are love, petition, and reverence. The burnt offering corresponds to love. The peace offering corresponds to petition. The sin offering corresponds to reverence. The burnt offering is a sacrifice to the glory of God alone. The peace offering and the sin offering are for the sake of the living body. Proclaim love from the petition, and petition from the reverence. From love you serve God in righteousness. Give glory and honor to the kingdoms alone before all things. In goodness, the Lord has created the universe by the word, not by the labor. The God, Haloveh, and Father and King, is strong and wise, good and compassionate. You tolerate all things, filling all the highest and lowest, sustaining in the high places and bringing forth all creatures. You reveal the mysteries of the universe, the knowledge of good and evil. You tolerate wickedness for the sake of the restoration. Behold all goodness to the righteous who love God. Give praise and laud over the greatest works. The burnt offering is sacrifice. By petition serve in the holy place. Blessed is it. Fall in supplication and petition. Petition for every measure of goodness for the sake of the benefit of the body. This is the foundation of wisdom, understanding of knowledge. From this bring light in the days. Heal the women unable to conceive, and make sons upright in the heart. You succeed in the works of wealth and glory and treasures, all to the good. Petition the Lord above, thus sacrifice the peace offering. Give reverence and serve God in great fear. 6. The context of this passage warrants the use of the term fear. Be delivered from curses written in the Torah. The punishment comes forth from the holy place. Blessed is it. Blessed is it. Its measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. 7. This reference describes the dimensions of heaven. See Job 11:9. Receive salvation from affliction, injury, and suffering. Do not writhe in pain. Do not be ruled over by foreign lands. Do not bring death or speak evil. Fill the days in goodness and blessings in the world. Deliver from misfortune and affliction and destruction from the walls of fire and Gehenna. The wicked prepare to burn in flames on the day of the great judgment. Yom Hadin Hagadol. By reverence of the Lord, rise up by sacrifice of the sin offering. Make 3 sacrifices, the burnt offering, the peace offering, and the sin offering. Of sacrifices in the first house, Beth Achad, or Achad, through the first priest, Kehen Achad, or Achad, in the name of the one God, El Achad. 3 times in righteousness, by love, by petition, and by reverence. Complete them and be protected by God, protecting and loving you from petition and reverence. The beginning wisdom is reverence of the Lord and love of heaven. The heart of the righteous burns as flames of fire. Keep the commandments and reverence of the Lord. The Lord Elohim requires, not making reward for reverence and love. It is written of reverence and love. The Shem Hem Forash was created from love. Of the written word, this is the reverence of Shaddai. Revere God by keeping every commandment. Reverence of God is not in itself glory, but keeping every commandment. Fall down in supplication and cry out to El. Establish the heart and grant the petition at once. Reject wickedness and condemn the wicked. Forsake reverence of Shaddai. Know to withhold mercy for sins. Forsake the petition, not revering the name of Shaddai, and not making desire or evil grow in the heart. In the middle of the house the humble show reverence and gather in the house. It is written in the Midrash, withhold the mercy from those forsaking reverence of Shaddai. Stand and serve before God, show reverence in prayer, and receive tranquility therein. Deliver from all evil. Dwell in the secret place of the Most High, hidden in the darkness of the shadow of Shaddai. Deliver from the mouth of the trap, the opening of the snare. Petition in prayer. Speak, protect from traps. In every petition to Shaddai, be blessed by the God the Father, El Abayek. And support El Shaddai, be fruitful and multiply. Farov Vorebov. El Shaddai sees and turns away. Behold, be fruitful and multiply. Wherefore be silent and bring forth from the secret place that the Father reveals to you. Establish Shaddai of 60, 430, and Yod above. Hebrew, Aolah, or 10 burnt offerings, is 508. The letters S, Th, L are used here to represent the Gematria. The man Job begets sons and daughters. There are 500 of them. 9. In the book of Job in the Old Testament it is noted that Job had 7 sons and 3 daughters. Job 1:2. This name may also be Joab, who was a general in King David's army. There were a few stories of Joab involving children. In the Midrash, one tale depicts Joab slaying 500 warriors in Kinsali, the Amalekite capital. 500 strong ones, Eberayim, 248 sons and 252 daughters. There are 4 more daughters than sons. Thus be fruitful and multiply. Pro or bow. 10. The gematria of the letters of the phrase is 500. By gematria, the letters Tau, Kaf are the name over. Be fruitful and multiply. 11. Tau is 400, Kaf is 100. Therefore establish to petition the name. Thus the course of the universe is 500 years. It is treasured by Shaddai as the measure of heaven. Speak of heaven. According to Shaddai there is not enough to serve. Remember Shaddai by the prophet of the nations, seeing Shaddai. Behold the reverence of Shaddai. Be aided by the name Shaddai. Protected from the evil spirits, Hamezekayan, by the protection of Shaddai. By protection of Shaddai, lodge and speak prayers of supplication. Edirai Oran. Therefore the name is written upon the Mezuzah. 12. The Mezuzah is a talisman attached to the doorpost. It contains a prayer written on a small scroll. See Trachtenberg, Jewish Magic and Superstition. Penetrate the iron over the Mezuzah. Proclaim and remember the name Shaddai to protect from the evil spirits. That is, Hebrew, IHOH, or Yod-He-Vav-He, Batai, Bashai, Matz, Patz, SH, comma. 13. Bath may be translated as come forth or in you. Bash may be translated as shame, but it is likely interpreted as by Shin. Matzpatz is a name. The gematria value is 300. Of the letter Shin of Shaddai, Shin is above, or 300 burnt offerings in the name of Yod-He-Vav-He. Of Shin above, Bath, Bash, Shem, Hadekash, Odai, corresponds to Hebrew, Eid, Kozo, Bimox, Kozo, written in the Mezuzah. The name Kozo is considered the antithesis of Yod-He-Vav-He, or Tetragrammaton. The numerical value of Kozo is 39. Also see Joshua Trachtenberg's Jewish Magic and Superstition. Reveal the secret of the 14 signs of the holy name. Hebrew, Kozo, Hoai, Hoih. In reverse, Aleph Beth. Thus Yod upholds Kaf, Kof upholds Vav, Vav upholds Yayin or Zion, and He upholds Vav. Thus Hebrew Kozo. Hebrew Bimax Alhinu. Beth upholds Aleph, Mem upholds Lamed, Vav upholds He, Kaf upholds Yod, Tith upholds Nun, Zion upholds Vav. There are 14 signs corresponding to the three names. He Eloheinu, therefore write 14 letters for the sake of the two corresponding to Hebrew. He Eloheinu, write Shaddai with Shin, Daleth, Yod. The first Daleth corresponds to the back or neck. The Yod of Shaddai corresponds to the fathers, Jacob, Isaac, and Abraham. The final written words are Hebrew, Bath, Bashai, Shaddai. 15. The gematria of these letters is 1019. Beth, Shin, Kof, Daleth, Mem, and Yod. The gematria of these letters is 456. The beginning Yod, Aleph is the number Hebrew Ahiyeh, 17. The gematria of Yod, Aleph is 21. This is the same value of the letters Aleph, He, Yod, He. When adding the numbers Resh, Tau, Val, Samek, Tau, 18, the gematria of these letters is 1066. Israel proclaims Jacob to be Resh, Yod, Val, and number 19. The gematria of these letters is 216. That is to say, take Resh, Tau, Val, Samek, Tau from the fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel. Here is 203, 20. These are the gematria values of the names of the fathers. Abraham is 248, Isaac is 218, Jacob is 182. Also the name Israel has a value of 531. Combine 13 letters from the three names of the fathers. And here is 210. Thus the signs of the fathers correspond to the 13 tributes. There are three praises of Aleph before the name of the Aleph before the name are 63 aspects. Bechineth, the 21. In this text it appears to read SG, which is 63. However, the lettering is a bit smudged. Bechineth. Therefore see the God El of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob by El Shaddai. Also the secret of Shaddai is revealed by calculating Tau Kof. The life of the fathers is 502 years. Abraham lived 175 years. Isaac lived 180 years. Jacob lived 147 years. Together the years total 502. Beth, with a value of 2, corresponds to heaven and earth. In the course of 505 years, the fathers gather to them as the days of heaven. Gather to them as the days of the heavens above the earth. Make clear as the days of the heavens above the earth. The course is 500 years as the lives of the fathers. The letter Shin is in the house of prayer. First consider the correspondence to Jacob. That is written Israel, 23. See Genesis 32 to 35, where Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Thus praise in prayer. Proclaim in praise. Speaking, praised is the ruler above, and the chosen cast down to earth. It is written, be cast out from heaven to earth the beauty of Israel. Prayers proclaim the glory. By prayer, with the letters of glory, stay upon the path of the Lord. Therefore, by the 9 fathers, Thesha Bab, give the crown Afer in the place of prayer. 24. Afer usually translates as gray, ash, or meadow. It is probably a transposition for far, Phar. Of the days of the Messiah, give praise below the crown. It is written in the book of formation, the letter Shin reigns. 25. See passage 3:9 of the Sefer Yetzirah. This is presented on page 155 of Arian Kaplan's translation. Bind to the crown and bind therein the heavens. Therefore fire resembles Jacob in the heaven. By the letter Shin create fire and see fire therein. Thus in the house of Jacob is fire corresponding to the letter Shin, and Jacob wrestled the angel of fire. Also the letter Shin is 3 branches corresponding to the 3 names of Jacob, Israel, and Jeshurun, a periphrastic name of Israel. The letter Shin is over the noble houses, Bethayim Etzel. It is written, the image engraved on the throne of glory resembles the image of a flying cherub. Come forth to Egypt. It is written, fly over as the cherub takes flight. I almost said scarab takes flight. Revere Israel by the hand of the strength. It is written to revere Israel by the hand of the great-grandfather, Siva. I'm also thinking Shiva. Israel resembles Jacob over the sea. Sing the hymn unto Israel. The Lord reigns forever and ever. Therefore, resemble Jacob according to the written truth. Give the truth to Jacob. According to this, do not go forth unto the carved images, Fesoleth. The daughter Dinah was troubled by Shechem. 26. Dinah was the daughter of Jacob and Leah. Shechem was the name of a province, and the man for whom the province was named, who had raped Leah. Leah and her brothers then took severe revenge upon him. See Genesis 34:1 to 34:30. And the maiden Asenath. 27. Asenath was the wife of Joseph, son of Jacob and Rachel. The most famous Bible story concerning Joseph is the tale of the coat of many colors. See Genesis 37:3 to 37:36, which results in his own brothers selling him into slavery in Egypt. He earned the good graces of the Pharaoh by his prophecies. The Pharaoh gave Joseph the name Zaphanath-Paneah, as well as the hand of Asenath in marriage. She bore him 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Daughter of Potipharah. Potipharah was the father-in-law of Joseph and a priest of On. And by the way, Potipharah sounds a lot like Tippereth. The tribes multiply to put forth the law. 29. The 12 tribes of Israel are descended from the 12 sons of Jacob, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Do not speak of idolatry in the house of Jacob. Written by Jacob is the great name, Shem Hagadol, and the holy Tzitzits. 30. The Tzitzits is the shining plate or talisman worn on the forehead of the rabbi. Take Michal to become the wife of Potipharah. 31. Michal was the daughter of Saul and wife of David, according to Oxford Companion. The wife of Potipharah, Zuleika, attempted to seduce Joseph. Proclaim Joseph to take the daughter. Around the Shin, 12 prayers divide corresponding to the 12 tribes. The 3 divide the 3 tribes spread out as they go forth from Egypt. The letter Daleth corresponds to the back or neck, corresponding to Isaac. Straighten the back and unite the name of God. Daleth is the flesh of the back. All of the flesh of the back corresponds to the back of the neck. Of all the flesh of the back of the neck, wring the neck. Therefore shave the back. Place the strap upon the flesh. Inquire of Isaac. The letter Daleth is over the head in purple. Argamam, a purple or reddish purple. Argamam, a purple or reddish purple. Therefore the letter Daleth corresponds to the neck. Also draw above and below, dwelling in the fourth firmament. The name in the holy temple, Beth Hamikadesh, thus the holy tabernacle Meshachan, of 4 coverings. The first covering is sky blue, Thecaleth, 32. This refers to a colored dye obtained from a mussel, Helix genthina, termed cerulean purple. However, the term may also mean sky blue, light blue, or azure. The second veil is of goatskin, the third is of ram's leather, the fourth covering is of Egyptian leather, tashishim, seal, dugong, or badger skin. In the lowest dwelling, Isaac is sacrificed upon the back of the altar of degrees, Mezabek shel ha-aleh. Therefore, corresponding to Daleth, it is written in the book of formation, reign with Daleth, bind it tight, and create Mars in the fifth firmament, 33. See Sefer Yetzirah 4:9-4:10. Close to the sun, it receives the heat of the sun to be dry as fire. Therefore, Daleth corresponds to Isaac, the rising of the sun. Mars is dry as fire and appointed over heat, and over anger and wrath. Therefore, when God is angry, remember Isaac as he is honored. It is written, remove the ashes from the burnt offerings. The yod of Isaac corresponds to Abraham, tested by 10 trials, 34. See Genesis 22. Give in prayer near the side of the first house, over the first name of Abraham. It is written in the book of formation, the letter yod reigns, bind to the crown, and create therein Virgo, 35. See Sefer Yetzirah 5:8. Abraham takes his beloved bride Sarah as virgin and form with the letter yod, the perfection of the Lord, Kalelaya, is separated. Rise over by counsel from the perfection, Kalivoth, 36. The term usually translates to the inward secret parts. This usually denotes the secret workings and affections of the soul. In this context, it probably simply means perfection. It is written, rise up to the perfection. It is written in contrast to the counsel, take instruction and correspond to perfection. Give counsel and speak to close friends. The father Abraham did not learn much from the book, but learned perfection as 2 fountains or springs of wisdom. Also, the letter yod corresponds to Abraham lifting the hand of the Lord God. The yod corresponds to the heart. It is written, the faithful reach out with the heart. Also, the yod corresponds to Abraham, as according to it, God foresees Abraham serves by 10 trials, create the universe by 10 commandments. It is written of the history of the heavens and the earth. The name Abram became Abraham. 37. Genesis 17:5. The 10 numbers are nothing, thus 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Thus 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Then all calculations repeat, begin 11, 12, and so on. Then 20 is 2 times the letter yod, 30 is 3 times the letter yod, and so on. Thus all calculations are perfection. Nothing is concealed by language. By 10 numbers speak and close the mouth to speak profoundly. At first the Shekinah precedes the universe by myriad years, or as many years afterward. The glory of the universe is above or below, deep and profound. It is in the east and west, north and south. How great is the light! In darkness obscure the firmament. Here is the letter yod. At first is the letter aleph. At the end is the letter beth. Gimel is above, Daleth is below, Heth. Hey is to the east, Vav is to the west, Zion is to the north, Cheth to the south, Cheth to the south. The light of the letter Teth reveals the light of the light of the letter Teth reveals the light in the air. Darkness obscures all things, all is formed. It is in all, and it is all. Bowed down by all. Rise up and give thanksgiving in the heart. As the letter Yod bows down, the ancestors of Abraham go forth. Understand by the book of formation. Reveal over the Lord Adon. Place it in the bosom and kiss the head. Make a covenant. Also, much more is revealed in the secret work of Barashith with the help of Shaddai. Also, the letter Yod corresponds to Abraham as Yod upholds Kaf. From Adam until Abraham is 20 generations. The universe was created by Yod. Bring forth small things, as Yod is diminutive. Yod is as a humble man bowing down and rising up. Also, make clear the reverence of Shaddai. Man serves God with love in the heart. Great is the reverence and devotion. Establish the heart. Keep the commandments. Rejoice in the supplication to serve the Creator of the universe. By rejoicing in reverence, serve the Lord in reverence, and tremble in exaltation. It is written, serve the Lord by rejoicing. The heart rejoices to the petition of the Lord. The heart rejoices to petition the Lord. Revere Elohim and serve in fear of Gehenna in the day of judgment. Revere Elohim and serve in fear of Gehenna in the day of judgment, of the suffering and torment. Revere Elohim and serve in fear of Gehenna in the day of judgment, of the suffering and torment. That is the reverence of Elohim. Judge and deliver retribution, as angered by the sins of man. Of every word it is difficult to speak. Elohim, I do revere you, and speak with great difficulty, very loudly at your feet. I shall not fall to rest, but journey to the house and revere you, lest I be punished. It is written, Elohim, judge me by reverence. I revere Elohaic, speaking every word devoted in my heart. It is spoken by the Lord Elohaic. Revere and uphold the reverence of Elohim, not to fall from grace. In every place revere Elohim and serve from the reverence. Behold the reverence of the Lord. Serve in love, corresponding to the burnt offering. Be sustained in exaltation by the reverence of Shaddai, for not to revere is not to serve the Lord. That is not to serve. Corresponding to the peace offering, fat, chaleb, and blood is consumed or burned. The remainder is to do the Lord's leba alayim. The desire of the high priest, Kehinim, is the peace offering, bringing peace in the world. Serve from love and supplication, and strengthen the body. Give to him the Torah of wealth and treasures and glory and understanding. Revere Elohim. Serving in reverence is the foundation. Of the house of man, Aneshai Bethov, do not deprive support corresponding to the sin offering, going over sins. There is great love from the petition and supplication from the reverence. At this time become wise and prosper. Of the love of the blessed, after write the secret of the Merkabah. Let man be wise by reverence forever. Consider the wisdom of the world. By the glory form the king of flesh and blood. Command the armies and go to battle to smite the enemies in the name of the Lord. Give reverence before going into battle. If there is not reverence, enemies lay waste, prevailing over the land and every dwelling. The King of all kings, God, exalts in reverence before going on all paths. The Lord is everywhere and in every place. He observes the good and wicked in every place. The worthy revere the Lord in righteousness. Unite the nations in order that the nation not be divided. Work for the sake of the heavens. Every path is created from the blessings. Establish the heart. It is written, satisfy the Lord. He is eternal, therefore established.